Hello all woodworkers on YouTube. About 6-8 months ago I posted a workshop tour, and it didn't have any electrical outlets or any insulation walls, and we have since then put up insulation walls. We have done the rough wiring. We don't yet have any of the outlets yet, and I have also reorganized the shop, kind of did a new configuration, made it a little bit more efficient, and the drill press stayed where it was, and that did not move. Same with some of the metal scraps back here, that did not move as well. But I did switch the table saw, which used to sit where the miter saw is, to over here. I swapped those two. A little more efficient that way, having the table saw backwards, and still have the outfeed table. It's looking a little rough since then. I've also gotten a new fence for my table saw, as you can see. It's a Biesmeyer style 2x2 rails instead of the 2x3, but this is real nice, a lot better than my last one. The last fence, you'd go to lock it down. When you lock it down, it would move a little bit, and that kind of got annoying. And whenever you lock it down just a little bit, you couldn't move it at all. Whereas this one, you lock it down, you can still move it and adjust and finish locking it down. And my push stick fits perfect within the gap for the fence. But nothing else too much new for the table saw. Oh yeah, I also got the made a crosscut sledge for it, which helps with cross cuts. But anyways, the walls are 1/2-inch blonde wood and unfinished. We're going to paint all the walls white, so it gives a nice reflectiveness. Then the roof is a finished, I believe it's birch plywood, 1/4-inch. For the roof, you don't quite need the 1/2-inch. It's just to cover up the insulation, help hold the insulation up. The joiner and planer stayed where they were. They still been great machines for me. I use them quite a bit. I've had ran a lot of boards through the planer and have huge, humongous pile of shavings. The last one, whenever I'd have the boards coming out the rear of the planer, it would be hitting the top of the pile of shavings. And the bandsaw stayed also where it was, but since then I got a fence for it, because I've been doing some resawing on a recent project, and there's the fence for it. And that, as you can see by the color, it's a jet. And just drilled 2 new holes for it, right through the casting on the table and on the fence to bolt it on. Here's the workbench, nothing too much new. Other than I have reinforced the guides for the table. The lathe is sitting on the ground. I still need to build a stand for it. That'll be a future project, maybe this summer. Some wood scraps back here this is a burl, some sycamore, and a Longworth chuck that I need to finish. And this is, it works for now for my lathe chisels. I need to come up with a rack for it. And then this is the new motor for the drum sander. It's a 10 horsepower, and it's big, 10 horsepower, 3-phase motor. I don't have 3-phase power, so I'm going to buy a converter to convert it over from the inbound voltage from single phase to 3-phase. I'm going to be maybe rebuilding the drum sander this summer, I think. Build a little bit bigger, maybe 2 drums, I'm thinking. Dual V-belt pulleys. It's going to be 2 inches wider. That's going to be the top for it. And I need to figure out a way to cover up this and the miter slots so the wood doesn't fall into those holes. But the drum sander's been working out real great. Haven't had any problems with tracking since the last time I fixed it. Everything, the lift mechanism is a lot smoother since the last one. Whenever I first did the the new adjustment for the hand wheel. It was kind of hard to move, but now it's a lot easier. I think it loosened up over time. And I'll show you a quick thing of the drum. Nothing changed to the drum at all. Here's the miter saw. I use this quite a bit. I have a 80-tooth Diablo blade on it. I love that blade. I've been using it for about a little bit more than a year, and I haven't needed to sharpen it at all. I love that blade. And then finally, here's the dust collector. I'm going to come up with another. This isn't quite meant for picking up planer shavings. I'm going to be maybe making like an Oneida cyclone separator, maybe something like that, to help with the larger shavings from like the planer and the joiner. It's perfect for like, you know, your miter saw, drum sander, or table saw, but just the planer and joiner would fill up that bag in about 10 minutes. So that's the shop tour. Give you a look around. Then up on the loft, I've got a little bit of lumber storage up there. Cherry on the far left. Walnut, I believe that is oak. Weeping willow, locust, maple, some scraps, and then some extra lumber there. So there's the shop tour. Give you a look around. We still need to insulate the doors and cover those up with some quarter inch plywood. So here's the shop tour, and please subscribe. Thank you.